Hello, everyone. It's High Priestess Jamila. All right, so I am sitting here listening to the rain, and I was tripping off of something. I was sitting here thinking about something serious as I'm waiting for one of my clients to call me back. And, this is a client that I've known for the past 2 years, and I'm worried about her. You know, when you're in this line of business, like when you do this as a business, it's really very personal. It's really very personal. It's very serious. And you know what? There is nothing more scary than when you do a consultation for someone and you can feel that very, very heavy energy that they're going through. And then also, as a spiritualist, when you can see the negative spirits that are afflicting a person and they need your help. You know what I'm saying? And so, like when you hear spiritualists, when you hear witches, when you hear spiritualists, when you hear occultists talk about how it's not about the money, that's a very, very real thing because, and you have to be strong. If you're a spiritualist, like if you know what I'm talking about, you have to be strong, especially when you offer uncrossings or curse reversals or soul retrievals. Like that is a serious thing. So I really do hope that this client gets in touch with me because you know I'm worried about her because during her consultation she was telling me how depressed she is and she was telling me how sad she is. And see, if unless you work in this business and you are familiar with negativity, or unless you are somebody that has like familiarized yourself, like you've dealt with negativity your whole life, a lot of people can't really handle that stuff. They really can't. So, when I hear from a client and they tell me they're depressed, depression is real, suicide is real, negative spirits are real. And so I know that like when I spoke to her, like this was a very serious case. Like, all my cases are serious, but this one was really serious because of like these energies and spirits that got put on this lady. Like have been, I wish I could go and knock her door down. Like sometimes y'all don't know how lucky y'all are. Like I've actually had like a few years ago and it was really, really sad. But I had a client and it was around the holidays again. It was around the holidays and he was he was trying to get um love work done. And you know, it, basically the client was like kind of suicidal over it, like, and he ended up being okay and contacted me and was like, I'm okay and thank you and all that stuff. But like I was damn near getting ready to call and do a wellness check on him. So people can sit up here and laugh and they can play games. They playing games with people's lives. This the one thing, this is one of the reasons why I don't interfere with other witches and the spiritual work that they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that clients, I don't know, I really do think that it is an energy that kind of manifests through men, because I was literally over here working, doing an interview with a client, and that client I was able to help. And you got to be careful because you just never know. So, like, this is one of the reasons why I think it's a mistake when any of the other spiritualists do it, try to be a distraction. I don't be trying to distract people away from the spiritual help that they need. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really, really, really worried about my client. She won't call me back. It is not like her to not do that. Like, she was very upset. Like, a lot of the times, these spirits, like, people, like the people around me, you know what I'm saying? Or people like she was literally in sort of like a psychosis. She was really, really depressed. And that, like, these spirits can do that to you. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're not used to it. So I really do hope that she calls me. I really do hope that she's okay. Like, like I said, this is how I earn my keep. But I don't do this just for the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't just about the money. We're dealing with real people, real people. You know what I'm saying? It's not a movie. It's not a movie. These are real clients that I'm taking. And, like, it's a very, very serious thing. And so I found out, last year, or was it this year? It may have been this year. I found out this year that, that I lost a client, you know what I'm saying, through suicide. And that spooked the heck out of me. So, this is serious work that spiritualists are doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm used to spiritual warfare. I'm in spiritual war right now. But it's, well, I mean, it's in the ether. It ain't touching me. It ain't really gonna do nothing. You know what I'm saying? But that's because I know what to do. So I'm like, when y'all, are going through things, that stuff is really heavy, really hard, and it's really, really important to get those bad spirits off of you. It is. It's real important to do that because you know what I'm saying? They can be very volatile, chaotic, have you emotionally up and down. And this particular client, I could see very, very clearly in the cards that somebody had done some doom magic. And, like, people, like, I'm not afraid of stuff like that. Like, I've been through it my goddamn self. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the point, you know what I'm saying, that the work needs to be done for the client. And it's just it can be worrisome sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't worry like that, but you just never know what a person could be going through, because I have seen people commit suicide over some of this black magic, and they don't be knowing what's wrong with them. You know what I'm saying? And people be like, oh, well, then that, I don't know. I'm not going to get really, really into all of that. All I know is that, like, when I'm doing my cases, like, I really, really get to know my clients. You know what I'm saying? And the work is real. And people act like it's a joke. People act like it's a game. People act like it's not real. It's a very, very real thing. Black magic is a very, very real thing. has made people, flip out on groups of people or flip, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just worried about my client. I hope that she calls me back soon because goodness gracious, you know, I'm sure that she will, but I feel like when a person doesn't want to talk, that can mean that they may be sad or something, or despondent. And, it can be hard. I've been dealing with a lot just this week alone. Like people, what irritates me and what makes me get irritated with some of these misogynist social media is that like you playing around with people's lives while you sitting up here, you know what I'm saying, being weird, being goofy, being selfish, you know what I'm saying? There's people out there that need us spiritualist help. And you running around here doing the goofy. That and really, to be honest with you, that's why I disconnect emotionally from a lot of it. I know how to do that. It's one of my powers as an empath. It's one of my powers as an empath because you have to be able to cut it. You have to be able to shut it off sometime and deal with what you got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Because man, the stories that I hear, through the readings and the consultations, and people be trying to act like, and I think it's incredibly rude. Like some of this stupid crap that I'm going to, that's so rude. And like, honestly, if you only knew, what I deal with on a daily basis when it comes to my clients and some of the shit they going through and some of the spirits they going through, this is one of the reasons why, there's some people that are a service to this world, and there's some people that are a hindrance, an obstacle, and so if somebody out there actually helping people, that's basically just saying like when my client was on here, it was basically like a kick in the face by some of these men, because they like, we don't care if you helping people. We don't care. We don't care if your client said that she was sad and suicidal and got sick. It's about me. It's about me. And it's like, you're worthless. Like I swear to God, man. It's a complete worthlessness that in like I don't even know most of these people. You know what I'm saying? So it just really irritates me. The way some people are just very, very selfish and inconsiderate, and they just are ignorant, are just ignorant. And I done had these same men and other people on here just like, oh, don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't go to her. It's bullshit. It's this, and that. But why I got all them reviews and why did I have a testimonial though? What's up with that? Like, that's why I said some people are just empty seaters or something. It's like, I feel like something that's trying to, and trust me, it don't bother me. I'm over here chilling. I'm over eating Pringles, relaxing, eating Reese's peanut butter cups and Pringles. And I'm sure my client gonna get back with me, because I gotta do a prayer over her. Like people don't realize how much. And see, that's why you don't see me out here channeling none of these other spiritualists. Because you just never know what you're gonna run into. I don't do stuff like that. Because you know what I'm saying, then you get to taking on other people's energy anyway, and some people deserve it because they nosy and they meddlesome. Okay. I'm serious as hell about my clients. You know what I'm saying? They need my spiritual help. They need my spiritual work. And none of that other crap weakens me. That stuff don't weaken me. That stuff does not weaken me. You know what I'm saying? But it's irritating. I guess it must be a black thing or something shit, but it don't bother me. I just really want the client to let me know that she's okay. Like, of course, when you dealing with a client that has a curse on them, of course that negative spirit is trying to basically like push them off. And sometimes curses will work that way. And I've like I said, there's been incidences and cases all over the place of people being depressed and committing suicide. You know what I'm saying? So like it's almost like some of these people, when I look at them, it's almost like a evil ass person that's trying to block somebody from making it to the hospital in time in case they sick. So it's crazy. And I don't do a lot of dark work. I don't. And I do a lot of light work. So some of these people on this website, like, I think that they may have I think it was a random thing, but I'm like, you pick a spiritualist, because to be honest with you, I am a sorcerer. You know what I'm saying? I can direct a lot of that negative energy that's on that client onto the people that's trying to mess with me. I could go in through spirit and call that down, which I think it automatically happens, to be honest with you, because oh, okay, so you want to try to create obstacles for this client to see her spiritualist, and you want to try to distract the situation or tell her that she shouldn't work with her. Okay, how about you take that then? Put it, just send all those spirits, you know what I'm saying? That's where we can send them for a lesson. You need to leave stuff like that alone. Like, you should not be stalking and harassing a goddamn witch or a spiritualist. You shouldn't be doing that. You crazy. You are out of your mind. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird. It's weird. And this website done got real hateful and fake too. Just real fake and hateful. If y'all notice that, like, really, to be honest with you, this website is not the best place for witches to operate on. Not no real witch. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably one of the few left, like there are a few that I know they're real, that are still making videos, but like it's kind of like this website is weird. Like, don't nobody everybody out. It's so of course, you know what I'm saying? You got to be you have to take care of yourself. You have to be out for yourself, but like why are you so evil that you're just a liar? Like, this website, people on this website, it just is terrible. And that's why I was getting ready to leave for a little while, for quite some time, to be honest with you, because it just seemed like a bunch of fake people doing fake stuff, like they all possessed or something, acting weird. It's like you can't even get no sense of sensibility out of them. You know what I'm saying? I know I get animated sometimes because of certain situations, but that ain't got nothing to do with what my clients need from me. Because technically, I'm in. Then another thing, I think that a lot of these people are sad. A lot of the people that I'm dealing with are depressed and they want my presence, but I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do that. People begging, 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 begging for my attention. That's why I wish I never, like, if I could go back and do one thing over when it comes to YouTube, I would have never spoken to certain people, because it just is too much. Like, I know how to ground myself. I'm good on that, but it's kind of like, God dang, some people got that. That's that struggle energy. Because y'all saw me. I got up this morning. It's a Monday. You know what I'm saying? My client, she called me. You know what I'm saying? The other client that I interviewed today, she called me. And, and you got people that's doing some bottom level, bottom of the barrel crud that don't have nothing to do with nothing. And I ain't saying that you got to be a good Samaritan. Hell, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. I'm saying, you know, I swear men are so simple. They're not that complicated. Men are really not that complicated to figure out. But these are men. And I personally, as a business owner, it feels like street harassment. You know what I'm saying? It really does. And they don't want it to be about that. They don't, because they ain't got nothing else better to do. What's up, African Soul Star? Yeah, I'm just sitting here like rambling a little bit, worried about my client. Not the one that was on here, but another one. And I was just thinking about how much I deal with. But see, I got the type, y'all, my mind is like, I got the type of mind to where I know how to not think about certain stuff and I know how to focus. You know what I'm saying? Even though you got these crusted, dusted, thirsty, men in social media acting stupid and crazy, being worthless, I still know how to focus. And they come on here every day. They doing something, whether or not it's overt or covert. They doing something to try to interfere with a woman's work. They need to go listen to the Maxwell song. I don't care what you doing. I don't care what you thinking about. My placement here, right, exactly. My placement here is, you know what I'm saying, to help my spiritual clients. And they still don't get that after several years. Like, this is one of the reasons why I'm single half the time, for real. Because they not handling business. They not handling business. If it wasn't for the woman, man, men would have ruined this earth by now. If it wasn't for the woman, the divine feminine. For real. Because, and I don't know, I don't walk up to churches and stuff. I don't, as long as what they're doing doesn't involve me, I don't, especially when somebody is a spiritualist, these are people that don't have a business, they don't have a website, they don't have no reason to even be on here. Except for except for acting like court gestures and clowns. Am I lying? Like, that was a very, very powerful testimonial. How do you as a man just make yourself look silly like that? I'm like, do you have some business? Do you have some business, sir? Like, it's weird. It's very weird. You know what I'm saying? And men are going to have to stop being abusive like that. That's workplace abuse, which, but I ain't worrying about that because they'll regret it. They'll regret it. Okay. Every day they regret it. Why did I do that? I made a fool of myself. You know what I'm saying? So, it just is weird, man. It's so freaking weird. Like, and then it ain't just that, it's bitter. It's that bitter, them bitter people. Why are you so bitter? And been going at it like with no change, with no growth, with no improvement to their lives. And I can imagine it was probably a few people that was jealous of my client. I had a client like a month ago. I saved her professional nursing license. She had some stuff going on, and I had her back working like less than a week later. Cause and like so is that, and you know what? Winners usually want to see I'm sorry. Winners usually want to see other people win at life and do good. Losers always want to see people lose. Straight up and down. And that energy has no power. That's why I keep telling people to quit giving that stuff power, because otherwise, it just, it's sad, it really is. And then it's also, my client that was on here earlier, she's a Black woman, you know what I'm saying? And, anything to hate on a Black woman, I'm trying to figure out why this dude, like, what I honestly believe? I believe that this dude started attacking me because I got a Black woman, her man back, and he probably looking for a man. Hello? He probably, he like, because I always suspected that this guy is not straight. I have. So I'm like, are you jealous of my client? Why would you go and immediately make a live about me? Like, and people will tell him, hey man, you stalking people. No, I ain't. No, I ain't. Like, I'm convinced, I'm sorry, but and we all know who I'm talking about. I ain't got to call out his name. We all know that this dude went directly live, directly on top of me, directly behind me, because he was jealous. And I believe that it is because my client said, I got my man back, and he is flipping out. I believe that it's nothing against the LGBT community, but y'all know that I've always said that this dude is obviously gay or something, or have a problem with women, hate women. Thank you, exactly. And he's jealous. Another Black man is jealous of my Black feminine, my female Black client, because she got a man. Now, we like, I didn't know that men function like that. And I believe that's exactly why he's doing what he's doing. Do I believe that this guy is really a sick stalker? Yes, I do. But I also believe that he sort of like maybe he don't realize that he's just hating on a woman. Cause that's sick. That's sick for you to be messed up in the head like that. You gotta get it together. And just and I will tell you that it's called idle hands. You need to find something else better to do. That's why I wanted to leave this website for a while, and I still am. I still am. In fact, guys, I gotta go. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna go now, y'all. I am. I'm about to go. Because I want to make sure that I'm keeping the lines open and stuff for her to call me. You know what I'm saying? Just to, because I want to be able to pick up if she does call, because I don't know, them energies was really, somebody had put a whammy on her. And I don't know, and they just don't, somebody that really doesn't have any spiritual knowledge should not ever be compared to, or should have nothing to say about a spiritualist. You can say whatever you want to say, but at the end of the day, I'm doing serious work on here. I'm doing, and I've said that so many times, that I'm doing God's work, and they'll say they're doing God's work. What? Trying to tear women down? What work of God are you doing except for being an annoyance and making it obvious that you don't have nothing going on? Right? Exactly. Exactly. Love and light to you too. I gotta go, y'all. Yeah. I'll see y'all later. Blessings.